they could love or hate me. I'm going to build myself a brand. I was super silly on Instagram for a little, playing around to see where it was going to go. Yeah. I probably had people sending out my things, and I did. It had like 30, 40 send outs, and I'm like, okay, maybe they're making fun of me, maybe they love me, maybe they hate me. But when I started this, my husband said one thing to me. He's like, if you do this, you have to be able to handle the heat. Can you handle the heat? I said, I can handle the heat. I said, I think I can handle it. And then I said to myself, if it fails, then I still have my mommy in me. And I just get a different audience, meaning a different clientele. And guess what? I have both now.
Welcome to Chapters by PROPEL, where we take a peek into the real lives of trailblazing community women with a mix of honesty, humor, and inspiration. I'm your host, Melanie Kuehl, and this is just part of the story. Welcome to Chapters by PROPEL. I am so excited about our guest today. Somebody who has so much energy. I think she almost makes me look like I'm sedated. She is creative. She is enthusiastic. She is an amazing connector with children, with grown-ups. Today, I'm so happy to welcome Mariel Dweck to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited you're here. Could you tell me, for anyone who doesn't know, who are you and what do you do?
So my name is Mariel Dweck, as you said, and I am also known as Marielody. I've been teaching a Mommy and Me music class for the last 15 years, going on 16, which I love so much. And through that, I modernized and went into creating my own YouTube channel that's educational for kids and families to enjoy.
I want to talk about all of it. It's unbelievable. I watched some of your videos. I'm just amazed by you altogether.
Thank you.
Can you tell me, so long before the YouTube channel, how did this all begin?
So I was actually working in Twist.
Oh,
yes.
Just like Mommy and Me.
I was literally working retail. I've always loved working from a young age. But I was married, and I had my first baby. I was pregnant working in Twist, and then I had my first baby. And I always loved working. I never stopped. And I was in work one day, and one of my friends called me up, and she's like, I think you should start a Mommy and Me class. I said, why? She's like, because every time we're with you, you are entertaining the kids, and all the kids want to be with you. And I was the mom who was silly and always was like reenacting the music class. And while I was sitting in the music class, I would sometimes like zone out, and I was like bored. And I was like, I could make this more fun. And I mentioned it to this friend, and she's like, I think you should do it. So I'm like, really? Okay. So I called up my sister Sheila, and I'm like, I think I'm going to start a Mommy and Me class, but I need your kids because I need to like get a group together and see what I could do with it. So I sat in, I'll never forget, the foyer of my mother's house, and I put my niece and nephew on the floor and my son, and I like timed out a class. I'm like, 2 minutes, this song, 2 minutes. But everything I needed to be upbeat because I am so upbeat. I wanted to dance and I wanted to be silly. And I started putting on these upbeat songs, which I'm still using the same music and I don't get sick of it because it's just so much fun. Like my Wheels on the Bus is disco Wheels on the Bus. My Head and Shoulders is as well. Everything is disco high, like where everyone's dancing. Everyone's having a good time in my class. And I also put modern songs that we all know, like on the radio, in a kid version. And that became, from there, I decided to text a few friends who's coming. And the amount of ins that were in, I started to shake. I'm like, wait, I don't know what I'm doing. And my sister's like, you know what you're doing. You'll just figure it out. And my grandmother told me, use my backyard in Allenhurst. I went to Home Depot and I bought one of those outdoor carpets, and I thought I was going to have one class. I didn't have one class that summer. I had 4 classes that summer. And I was going to parties and weddings, and people were like, sign me up for the class. I'm like, thinking my head to the class, I don't even know what I'm going to be doing. Okay, you're signed up. And I did the class. And from there, it just grew. Then I got back to Brooklyn, and everybody wanted to come to the class. And then from there, my kids got bigger, and I needed to do something where, like, my son was getting big, running around, and then I had my daughter, and I created also a music class with lunch. And then from the lunch, I was giving out recipes, and people were making the food that I made for the lunch. And then, like, I built this whole network and community. And a lot of like, now I have children, grandkids of some of, like, it's crazy. And I'm like, wait, your grandkid is in here. And I'm like, I'm young, but why do I have your grandkid? Like, my great niece is in my class right now. For my sister, it's like crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And when you think about how many children you have interacted with and how many moms have been lucky enough to be in your class,
it's honestly, it's very rewarding. I feel every day grateful that I met all these amazing people through the way. And I also learned so much from them, but they also, not even knowing I was teaching them so much, and I was like growing with them. I would put my 3-month-old baby in the middle, and what I learned from putting my 3-month-old baby in the middle was that my daughter started to do things faster than my other. Even though my son was advanced, I was like, wait, she's sitting up faster. And I'm like, wait, she's clapping now. And then I did it with my third son. Even I was like putting them in, and they learned so much. And then from there, I'm like, moms would tell me, when should I bring my baby? And I said, as young as 3 months old. And they're like, what? I'm like, yes. And actually, I also learned from an older mom who came, 4th kid. She was in her 40s, and she goes, is it weird if I bring my 3-month-old son? And I said, no. If you want, bring him. She's like, I need an appointment with my baby because I'm so busy. I need somewhere that I can have time with my baby. And this is the only time that I'm going to carve out. And I said, wow, I love that. So bringing your child to the music class it was not only for the baby, it was for the mom as well. And they learned so much from my class. They connected, they made friends. And it's just such a special, every day I love doing my job. It's very rewarding.
I think it's very clear from how you talk about it and how you look when you're talking about it that you love, love, love what you're doing. And I think it's so awesome that you're tying in music and movement and networking among the moms and among the kids.
Yes.
Have you always loved music?
So I grew up in a house. My dad is very into music. Old music, Beatles, Rolling Stones, all that stuff, which I do incorporate into my class. There's a Beatles song definitely on. But yes, I grew up dancing in my house at all times. And I post that actually on my Instagram, like, be silly in your house, have fun with your kids, because music is medicine, and music is so uplifting and just always gets you in the mood.
No, you're right. You're right.
And even yesterday, I did a music class, and the music was on, and I looked around, and I just saw the moms dancing. And I would never post it because it's personal. Like, that part is personal. I post the kids or whatever. Yeah. But my favorite, like my biggest thing that I enjoy so much is when I watch the moms actually dancing in the class, because I'm like, they're having a good time. It's not only for the kids, it's for the mom too. They need to feel good. It's so boring otherwise. If you're sitting on the side and you're like, why is this boring? And I try, and sometimes it's funny, like a mom will be chatting and they'll ask me a question while I'm teaching, and I'm like trying to answer, but like doing head and shoulders at the same exact time. And I'm like, wait, I got to do this, but I want to help you too. Like, it's fun. It became a family, all these moms, and they all come to me if they need me and ask me questions, which is also very nice.
It's so nice that you're not just, like, I don't want to say just, but that you're not just a music teacher.
No.
Like, you're not the mommy and me teacher. And
no.
You are guiding people. I mean, you're like, vodka sauce is going wild. People are loving it.
And so people like to see what I make for dinner. And guys, I'm just telling you, like, that vodka sauce I made in 5 minutes, and there was nothing on the table. So, like, I'm just being honest. I'm doing 100 things in a day, as all of us moms are doing 1,000 things in a day. And I literally like put that together in 5 minutes, but that's a great meal.
Well, and I think that's why everyone also is drawn to you.
Yeah.
Because I think you're like in music class and dancing and silly. And at the same time, there's so much going on in your life. You're so relatable.
Yes.
And you're not trying to make it look like everything's perfect. You're
No,
really
I'm a
honest
very real
and
person.
authentic and still so positive. And
Yes.
that's what I think creates that community for you.
Yes, 100%. I'm definitely like, and I stress on this a lot. If you watch my YouTube channel and if you meet me in person, I am the same person. You come to my house when my kids get home and they think I'm crazy, but like, I'll like dance around the house. I'm silly. I'm funny. I don't know. My kids definitely think I'm crazy, but it's me. I'm crazy and
It's
fun.
great, but you are who you are, and
Yes.
you're authentic. And
I'm
I think
authentic.
that's really what
Yes.
people are looking
and
for.
I think I just like, I don't know, like I just try and help people, even though I don't even know I'm helping them. I enjoy it. Like I'll be at the supermarket and someone needs help. I'm like, oh, you should add that to that. Maybe I'm nosy. I don't know, but I like speaking with people and getting to know them.
Yes, and connecting with people.
I
and
connected with the most amazing, amazing people, like amazing all over the world. And Jewish geography is amazing.
Amazing. I agree with you. You can find someone who knows someone
Oh
who
my
knows
goodness,
someone.
so many. Like there's someone coming to my class. I didn't even, the entire time I'm busy working and I didn't do the connecting. It's just, I do a class in the city and I mentioned my parents' names and she's like, wait, those are your parents? I'm like, yes. She's like, oh, my in-laws are this people. I'm like, I know your in-laws. Oh my goodness, my parents know.
I know.
And we were like jumping up and down and I'm sitting with this person. She's been coming to me for 6 months and we didn't do that yet.
It never fails.
It
really never fails.
It never fails. But yes, so I love what I do. And every day a new challenge comes up and I love it.
So that's actually what I want to talk about also. We're going to like whiz through those 15
Yes.
years-ish. But
Yes.
you started Mommy and Me, you started teaching classes. I think where a lot of people get stuck is like there inevitably comes a bump, a challenge, a something
Yes.
where very often people think like, okay, so this means that I should stop. I wasn't meant to do this, or this is just too hard. So like, can you think of a time during your experience
Yes.
where you had a bump or a challenge?
100%. So when I started, I didn't know what I was doing. I just fell into it, which a lot of things in life people should know that sometimes like you follow the bouncing ball, follow where it should go. And this ball fell into my court and I went with it. And when I did it, I loved it. I didn't know anything about it. So the first thing I did was I went to Angel Fund for the first time and I met with Erwin Dayan and he was great. And I would go to a lot of the events that they had in the summer, and I'd get the book and I'd write down all the notes. Yeah. And they told me, you need to make a name. I said, oh, okay. Because I wasn't always Marielody. I was just Mariel Dweck who ran a Mommy and Me. Yeah. And they told me I needed to have a name and to go get business cards. I said, oh, okay. I sat on the beach that day, and she'll probably kill me for telling you all, but Ruby Dweck named me on the beach. I said, I need a name. And she's like, went through a few things, and she's like, you need it with your name in it. I go, yeah. She's like, Marielody. I'm like, I love it. Done. I went the next day to Staples, and I printed out cards. And I learned from that, and I would advertise like that. Then when I decided to do a YouTube channel, which one of my friends told me 10 years ago to do, and I didn't listen, which I should have really listened to him, because whatever, it wasn't the time.
Yeah.
Now is my time,
yeah.
And you have to, like I said, follow the bouncing ball. So he told me 10 years ago to start this YouTube channel. I never did. And then someone, I kept saying I had more to offer. I didn't know what. And when I figured out the YouTube channel, the first person I called was PROPEL. That is
wow.
It actually is. Not the first, like one of the first, like I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Like I spoke to my sister-in-law.
You're allowed to talk
like
to your family first.
Yes. And she was like, I'm coming in with you. We're doing this. But I sat down with PROPEL, with Gila, who was amazing. And she organized my brain because my brain was going so fast. I didn't know not a thing about YouTube. And guess what? I don't even know if, like, Gila even knew very little about YouTube because not so many people in our community are doing anything on YouTube. Yeah. So we learned together. And I started going into all the different things of signing up for YouTube. I don't even know. Telling people to subscribe to YouTube. When you think to subscribe, you think you have to pay for it. You do not have to pay to subscribe. Yeah. And I'm learning that even. I'm like, what's YouTube? I don't even know. Yes, I put it on, but like, I don't know anything about it. Yeah. And now I'm telling people to go subscribe to something that, well, I don't even know where it's going to get me, but they're telling me I need to get to 1,000 subscribers. And thank you to this amazing community who got me there. I'm up to over 22,000 subscribers, and I started in May. So, like, I am so grateful for all these things, and I have over 250,000 views that I didn't even know I could do, but I just did it. I just fell into it, and I said, I'm going to do it, and I'm a very big follow-througher. I don't give up. I'm someone who doesn't give up. And have a lot of energy as we keep discussing. Yes. So when I do it hard and strong, like I need to.
Okay, so 10 different things, Mariel. One, I love that Propel was so instrumental, obviously, in creating.
Even till today, I texted this morning with
it. It is really called the Propel Network for a reason, which I have also found out in the last few months, which is it really is a network of people who are all working together to support each other. And I think that for me, the blessing is that now I have people who I'm calling and saying, I don't know how to do this on Instagram. Right. I don't know how to start with this. And there's someone to help. So yes, I'm going to just say that about Propel to start. And good for you for knowing what you don't know. Because I think half of the thing is like knowing I don't know this and I need somebody to help me. How did this YouTube situation happen that you went from having no subscribers to having 22,000 subscribers?
So, luck. No, I'm kidding. A lot of hard work. The videos I have I think I have 17 videos out. I think. I don't even know. See, like, I'm so busy that I don't even know. I keep just going and going and going. But a lot of what I'm doing is, guys, ever hear of ChatGPT? That's my assistant right now.
Yes.
It clears my brain up. I have so many ideas going at all different times. And AI is very, like, important for everybody to learn about, which I didn't even know what AI was 6 months ago. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Every day I find out something new, and things keep coming and knocking at my door that there's days where you feel down. Everybody has a down day where you're like, am I doing this? And am I I'm not making any money right now, but I'm building a brand. And anything in life takes time. So someone once told me it takes 2 years to make money, but it's not even about making money. I love what I do, and I made this channel. Of course, everybody wants to make money, and because we don't want to work for nothing. But I truly enjoy what I do, and the satisfaction of moms coming up to me, dads, children, and telling me that they are watching me and that I'm doing a good job is better than any money, because someone's learning from me, and I'm teaching these young kids to do things that I hope are happy in their homes, but I want to incorporate the kids and the moms and the dads to do the things that I put in the channel, like baking with my mom, doing a project. It's snowing outside. Go outside and play with the snow, or play inside with fake snow, or go with your sibling and build something together. All these different things. And my next episode, which is coming out, I didn't even film it because I had a malfunction with the green screen, which is okay. I didn't even get upset. I was like, okay, what am I going to do? I filmed for 2 hours, which I do not script anything.
Wow.
So just like we don't script this as we're chatting, it's harder for me to script things. I'm much better on the fly. And that's what makes me real.
Yeah.
So, and relatable.
It's true.
And my next episode is on emotions, moods, happy, sad. these kids, grumpy. I want to give these children something to use and tools to help them through music, like singing a song or something like that.
This episode is sponsored by Gluten Free Easy. These are amazing gluten-free doughs, pizza doughs, pita doughs, puff pastry doughs, perfect for any time of year, but really perfect for Passover. If you don't have matzah, you have everything you need from Gluten Free Easy. Great for at home, great to go. Lots of delicious, delicious doughs.
That.
Well, that's what I think is so great. Like when I was watching the videos, there's so much that's so educational, but really through the lens of like having fun and adventure. You were packing for a vacation.
Yes.
If you're going on a cold vacation, if you're going on a warm vacation, the 5 senses, and you had kids like,
Yes.
who are you and what sense? And it's just so engaging.
Yes.
To
it's
watch.
fun. And I have fun doing it. You could see I'm having a good time. And all these kids are like so excited. I get moms, could my child be on the show? I'm like, yes. And they're like, I'm a YouTuber now. I'm like, you're a YouTuber. Like I didn't even, like, it's the new generation is YouTube. Guess what? I didn't even know. So people will see my channel and they'll tell me, you're like the Miss Rachel. I don't watch Miss Rachel.
Yeah.
I'm me. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Like, someone says, did you see this? Did you see that? I don't watch any of it. Why? Because I want to stay true to myself. I'm not trying to copy anybody or do anything the same. Yes, do I get inspired by certain things? 1,000%. Okay. I get inspired every single day by something. And it's not that I don't put it on because I don't want to. It's just that I don't feel like it's necessary. Yeah. Because I'm not trying to be you, and I don't want to be you. I want to be me. So be yourself is really my advice to people. Don't fake it. Just be you. And if you don't like something that you're doing, change it. But how I got here, I don't know. I followed where it took me because I have a lot of different interests in other things, but I always asked for more. And thankfully, God gave me some sort of guiding light to what I should do. But I always loved like real estate and traveling and all these, like I have like different talents, yeah. But this came to my lap and I stuck with it and I genuinely love it.
I know. And I think that the fact that you can go through everything and feel like it's all part of your path.
Yes.
Is also so much a part, I think, of who all in different ways, but we are as a community, and that saying like there's God, there's a guiding light, there's something pushing me in a direction is also what maybe separates anyone who has religion or faith in their life. And a lot of that is what we talk about here too, because I think that is a player in everything if that's important.
Yes. But also something that I'm doing is very out of the box. And I want to discuss that because it's so out of the box that I definitely was trying to balance, like, okay, I'm going to put myself on YouTube. They could love or hate me. I'm going to build myself a brand. I was super silly on Instagram for a little, playing around to see where it was going to go. Yeah. I probably had people sending out my things, and I did. It had like 30, 40 send-outs, and I'm like, okay, maybe they're making fun of me, maybe they love me, maybe they hate me. But when I started this, my husband said one thing to me. He's like, if you do this, you have to be able to handle the heat. Can you handle the heat? I said, I can handle the heat. I said, I think I can handle it. And then I said to myself, if it fails, then I still have my mommy in me. And I just get a different audience, meaning a different clientele. And guess what? I have both now. I have a whole new clientele. I was on the Upper West Side last week. I haven't been to the Upper West Side in a very long time. Not that I'm saying the Upper West Side is bad. I'm saying I'm usually like in Brooklyn, Upper East Side. I was in Long Island. I'm getting people now. Someone reached out to me downtown Brooklyn to do something. I love it. And all these things, and people are coming to do paid partnerships with me, and I didn't even know I could get there. But just don't be afraid. do it. I know it's hard, but try and be confident in yourself and do it. That's my advice, I think.
I mean
that like want to do something out of the box.
And I think it's great advice. And you keep saying like it just happens to me. I don't even know how it happened.
Yes, and I don't even know how you're speaking to me right now and the things are coming out of my mouth. Like you have to just be confident in yourself. I think that's the most important thing, and don't care what other people think. I know it's hard to like. We're living in a society where everything is like judgmental and all that, but just be happy with yourself and your decision, and that's my advice, really, on that.
I think it's great advice for anyone.
I hope so.
Are there any things along the same lines, like in terms of like habits that you would say are really important for being successful, or is there anything you do that you feel like really helps you?
So you would look at me and think I have it all together in this brain of mine, but I'm all over the place. I'm very bad at to-do lists. It's all in my brain. I try and remember it. Very bad.
How?
My husband actually makes fun of me because I have like a million notebooks everywhere, and every page has like different things on it. He's like, did you get to that? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get to that. The ideas are flying like crazy. Like I said, ChatGPT became my assistant, so now I just tell it everything, and I'm like, remind me what I said, remind me what I did, and it works. It actually, like, it tells me.
I'm going to try it.
I think you should, and I paid for the upgrade. It's game changer. It's game changer. But
so I have lists everywhere.
I'm not good, so you're going to.
I don't know
my
how
advice
you do it.
for that, my list is, the ideas are very long. Try and stay organized. I don't know. I'm being honest.
Okay.
I'm not so organized in that sense, but I look organized. But I am. I'm an organized mess.
Okay.
Is that honest?
Yes,
Yeah.
and it works for you.
It does work for me. I think if I was, yes, do I feel great when I get off, like make a checklist and I get through it? Everybody feels great doing that. I really do get through the things though, but just in a different way, not a organized way.
That's okay. Listen, everyone has to decide what works for them, and that works.
But my tips are just keep learning, keep figuring it out. You could figure it out. Now you could learn anything. Really, I'm being honest. And I keep telling my children, if you're dabble in anything that you love. Like if my daughter loves art, I'm like, open an Instagram page. Make it private. Make it that nobody could follow you. I don't care. Play with it. Because the way of the world is like graphics. I didn't know one thing about graphic design. I knew nothing about Instagram. I knew nothing. And I'm now learning everything about algorithm, about you could learn anything. And don't be afraid. I'm almost 40. Don't be afraid. I promise I'm learning this later. Don't be afraid. That's my biggest thing. It's just try. Doesn't hurt.
And I love dabble in anything.
Dabble in anything. That's what I keep telling my kids. I'm like, learn AI. They're like, what do you mean learn AI? I'm like, I don't know. Just like figure it out. Like play. Yes, ChatGPT is great, but like I just learned how to create my own songs through AI because when I was putting the things on YouTube, which I'm learning, and I could be wrong with what I'm telling you, and it's okay that if I hope I'm giving out something but it's my song now. And now when I put it up, it's not copyrighted. I can't, that's what was happening. I can't grow if I'm copyrighted. There's all these things that I didn't know. All of a sudden I was loading up the YouTube that I worked so hard on, and there's like this X that says copyrighted. I'm like, oh shoot, what does that mean?
You learned.
I learned.
I love the idea of being a lifelong learner. I think no matter who we are, and no matter how old you are, I'm saying if you're a kid, like you're talking about your children.
Yeah, I'm teaching them from young, and there's a real saying, I said it before, that I learned from another podcast that I was on. She mentioned, I was speaking with her, and I didn't even think about it. They do as you do. They're watching me work and my husband work, and you teach them all these things on how, you should try this and you should try that. They may think we're annoying, but I really think that they do learn from us, and they listen, and in the back of their mind, they do take something, we hope. Our community is so smart. The women are so smart. And I think a lot of them don't know how smart they are, and they keep themselves like, Yes, we are moms, and we do have children, but I worked the entire time with my kids, and I grew up in a house where my parents worked. And I feel like as a woman working, it's so rewarding. And I really do truly think my husband is, well, I know he's proud of me because we bounce off each other. And working as a woman is very rewarding. And I promote it.
I know. It's great. And you really make it look like fun.
I do, and I chose a job that it does incorporate my kids, but now my kids are big, so it doesn't incorporate them. It incorporates them in a different way, where I ask them for advice and things like that. But now, if you asked me, like, do I wish my kids were little? Yeah, because I would have exploded right now with little kids and all that stuff, but it's okay, because I know things that I didn't know then, that I know now, and that I really, truly believe that I help moms in my class that don't know the future of what happens. Not that I know the future that what happens, but what I mean by that is like teenage things. Little kids, little problems, big kids, big problems. Enjoy your little kids. Like, that's what, all these things come up. We're not talking about kids. Like,
no, but you're an experienced teacher now. You're an
Yes, I'm a
experienced
mom.
mother, and you have perspective because of that.
Yes.
We can all say, anyone who's a parent, I think, can say, who you are as a first-time parent is not the same person you are when you have however many more children.
Yes, agreed.
Doing this for the first time, I can speak for myself. Like, I would always tell the pediatrician, like, I wish I could have known then. He's like, you can't. You
can't.
have to be a first-time mom.
You have to go, yes.
Before you can do the rest.
Of course.
With that experience comes a lot of perspective. And you get to share that with so many people, which
100%. And I always say this, I am not a therapist. I don't have a master's. I don't have anything. I am just a mom who loves children and sings to them. I don't have a good voice. I'm a mom who sings. That's all I am. But I love what I do. And
how do you, like we've talked so much about family, how do you balance now, especially that your kids are a little bit older and we have, holidays and Shabbats and family and sisters I know you have and parents. Like, how do you balance the work and this like constant stream of ideas with the fact that there's all of these other important things to you?
So very important to me is I make time for myself always. As much as I could be drowning, I stop for lunch. I love lunch. I do.
Great.
I make the job that I do have, so like in the morning, if I know that I'm teaching in Manhattan at 12 o'clock, from the day before, organizing myself. I don't have a list, like I said before, but my brain is organized, and I'm saying, okay, so I need to have dinner ready for them, because my kids come home at 4:30, and they are starving. It's as if they, like, I don't know, they want dinner, they eat dinner at 4:30. Like, it's crazy, but I make sure that at 10 in the morning or at 8:30 in the morning, it's prepared, everything's ready. And I tell them on that day, because sometimes I do a 12 o'clock class or a 3:30 class, I'm not going to be home when you get home, but the food is ready waiting for you, and I'll see you. I'm home about an hour after they get home on those type of days. But I keep myself very organized in that sense. Like I said, I like to stop for lunch, so at lunch I get to see my parents, my sisters, or a friend. If I can't stop for lunch, I'm either on the phone with them. Yeah. You have to keep yourself, you have to do things that are good for you and your time and make you feel good. So the reason why I love my job is because I do prioritize time for myself. I get my hair blown, I get a manicure, I do all the things. I go to the gym. My schedule, thankfully, is I'm able to be flexible and work with that. So that's keep yourself, don't let yourself go. You gotta, keep yourself feeling good too.
Yes, I agree with you. I agree with everything you said. So in thinking about how far you've come from 15, 16 years ago and where you're going, the podcast is called Chapters, and you are perfect for it because we all have so many different chapters in our lives.
100%.
What do you foresee being your next chapter?
Okay. So it's a very good question because I have a lot of different ways it could go. What I truly want to happen is, of course, still feel the way I do right now. I want to love what I do. Yeah. And I really want to get on Netflix. We spoke about Miss Rachel. She's on Netflix. That's like the bomb. I would love to be there, but I'm also fear being there. Why do I fear being there? Are they going to love me? Are they going to, like, is it going to, like I just said, I don't script. Is someone going to love that about me? I don't know, but this is who I am. Yeah. And if they want me scripted, I'll learn it. So I think about that a lot in my brain. I also created this Instagram page for moms, and I throw out like interesting, fun things. Like I wrote last night, who feels mom guilt, all these little things. And I put recipes, my penne vodka, and the people like the recipes. And I do some mom hacks, all these little things. And through that, I am loving, I guess, so-called becoming like a mom influencer, because through the Instagram, I met so many amazing people as well. I have a community of Instagram people that I never even met in person. Yeah. And we chat. Someone's making a birthday party off of the snow, the fake snow. And she's like, how did you do this? And I'm helping her plan a party. And I didn't even know I'm helping her plan a party. So like these little things, I also love the fact that I started this Instagram and I'm kind of becoming like a mom influencer. So if I become that, I'm also happy. I don't know what the next chapter will be, but that's what I do see. I just want to keep it going, grow organically, real people, reach out to me people. I am not someone who you should be afraid to talk to. I love chatting, as you could see. And that's really like a big thing that I like people to reach out and ask me questions, because I'm happy to give advice if they need. And yeah.
No, it sounds like, I mean, you started out talking about how you follow the bouncing ball. It sounds like you're open to continuing to follow that, whatever that
wherever
means.
it should take me. I don't know.
I think that the most awesome thing, well, so many awesome things about you, is really your positivity and the fact that you took something you love and really made it into a career.
Yes.
Because that's how the best things happen. I think that we keep seeing sort of this theme here that when people do what they love and when that is authentic and real, that you can really build something. People can see how much you love what you do. And I think that our community, and it sounds like well beyond our community, we're so lucky to be connecting with you and to be learning from you and learning with you. Yes. And I really just am so impressed by everything you've built, and I can't wait to see what's next.
Check out my YouTube channel, my Instagram. Subscribe, please. It helps me. And keep watching, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. I love talking to you.
I love speaking with you, too.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for joining us at Chapters by Propel. If you're ready for the next chapter in your career journey, give us a call. We're happy to help you with career coaching, navigating graduate school, or leveling up your business with some business strategy and consulting. You can email us at info@thepropelnetwork.org. Special thanks to Melanie Kuehl, our amazing host, to Hit Central Studios, and the amazing team at Propel. Good night.